In this video, we're going to be going over 9 pieces of equipment that you didn't know you needed until it's too late. Now, I'm not talking about pressure washers, water tanks, surface cleaners. I'm not talking about any of that stuff in this video. I'm talking about the stuff that you need to have on the trailer, because if you don't, you're going to have to leave the job site and go get it, and it's always a pain to have to do that. So all these things that I'm going to be telling you guys about in this video are coming from personal experience of being on the job site and being without them, and ultimately either having to go get them or having to create workarounds and basically wasting time and money and energy and effort getting these pieces of equipment instead of just having them. So I'm going to save you a lot of time and energy in this video, but if you're looking to start a wash business this year, you need to check out the How to Wash 2 course. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description. In it, we're going to go over what chemicals you need, how to mix them, how to clean every surface on a residential property, as well as commercial, property protection, what equipment you need. We're going to basically walk you through every single step of the process from beginning to end with regards to running a successful wash business. So it's over 8 hours of content. You get complete access to it and all the updates. Be sure to check it out first link in the comment section and the description. Also, if you need a tool to keep up with customers, send estimates, invoices, or collect payments all for free, you can try out QuoteIQ. Within QuoteIQ, you can actually use the review multiplier for completely free, as well as we recently added in the ability to collect signatures when customers accept estimates. That is a free feature as well. And lastly, you can attach customer contracts to all of your estimates, which is another free feature. And if you guys need a customer contract, I'll be sure to leave a link down below for that. So check out QuoteIQ, check out how to wash, but let's go ahead and jump into this video. First and foremost, I have to tell you guys, you need a soft bristle brush on the truck. Why do you need a soft bristle brush? First and foremost, for screened in porches, okay? Any other screen we could pretty much hit with bleach, rinse with water, and it would be perfectly fine. A screened-in porch, however, is oftentimes going to have furniture and things underneath it that can't get wet or can't get bleach on them. So in those instances, we're going to have to put bleach on our soft bristle brush. We're going to have to scrub the screens, and we're going to have to rinse them clean, but we cannot put too much bleach in that area, because then it's going to get on all their patio furniture. So that's first and foremost with regards to a soft bristle brush. Secondly, another application for it is if you have heavy spots of mold, mildew, algae, organic growth that is just not coming clean with your mixture, you can actually use this to agitate the area, which is ultimately going to help you in the cleaning process for it to come out cleaner faster. So soft bristle brush, incredibly important for screened in porches, as well as spots with really heavy buildup that you just need a little bit of extra oomph in order to get it taken off without applying way too much pressure to the surface. My second piece of equipment that you need to have on the truck or trailer is a pump-up sprayer, first and foremost for just one-off chemical sprays, okay? So in the instance that you come across maybe some rust stains that need to be removed, in the instance that you come across maybe some oil stains that need to be removed, you need to make sure that you have a one-off pump-up sprayer. Also, if you need a hotter mix in just a small area, it's always good to have a pump-up sprayer, so that way, you can treat those areas accordingly. You never want to mix any of your chemicals, because what you can do is actually create a chemical compound which can have a negative effect. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been in a science class and things explode, but if you want that to happen on the job, then go ahead and mix up all your chemicals. I'm completely kidding. Be sure to have a chemical pump-up sprayer empty, and be sure once you use it with one chemical to only use it with that one chemical forever. Just a good rule of thumb. You don't know you need it until you do, okay? So pump-up sprayer is incredibly important. Number 3 is one extra of everything that's important on the truck, okay? So anything can go wrong on any job. The last thing that you want is for something to go bad or something to go wrong on a job and you have to run out to get another one, okay? A good example of this is a soft wash pump. If you guys only have one soft wash pump on the truck, just use it for long enough, because eventually it will go out. You'll be in the middle of a roof wash job. Then you have to pick up all your hoses, pick up everything, drive out, get another soft wash pump, install it, drive back, set everything back up, finish the job, pick everything. It's just a complete waste of time, waste of energy. You might as well always keep an extra soft wash pump on the truck, so in the instance that one goes out, it can easily be swapped out and you can continue working without having to pick everything up and leave. Another one is soft wash guns. My partner used to have this bad habit of leaving the soft wash gun just like hanging off of things. I was like, hey, if the handle snaps off on this, then we're completely SOL, okay? We are shit out of luck. We're gonna have to drive back out, get a different soft wash gun, come back, set everything. Like, it's just a waste of time. So be sure anything that's super important, anything that you couldn't do without, have a second one of on the truck, because inevitably Murphy's Law, something will go wrong, and when it does, you want to make sure that you're prepared for those instances. So one extra of everything that's important on the truck. Number 4, you want to make sure that you got some old rags and towels on the truck. Sometimes you're going to need to wipe something up. You're going to need to clean something off on a property, and the last thing you want to do is have to like take the shirt off your back or, you know, just get dirty because you didn't have a rag or a towel on the truck. You just want to make sure you got old rags, old towels, because when something spills or something needs to be cleaned up, you could just use those to take care of the job. Number 5, extra gas cans. For us, we have a giant gas can on the front of the trailer, which is pretty good, but inevitably, we forget to fill it up. So having an extra gas can on the truck ensures that we always have at least an extra 5 gallons. And typically, if we do run out of gas, that's usually enough to finish the job. So having an extra gas can on the truck going to save you a lot of time, because in the event that you run out of gas, which will happen, you're going to be in luck because you got the extra gas can. So highly recommend getting that on your setup. Number 6, window cleaner and paper towels. Okay, so it's always important, we always talk about this when you're doing like roof washes and things of that nature, to rinse the windows really good, because they will spot up if you don't do so. But even in the instances that we rinse windows really good, sometimes there's still residue left over from them, and if you want to get a call back, just leave the residue on there. I'm just kidding. Obviously, that's not a good idea. You never want to get a call back. So have some window cleaner, have some paper towels on the truck. So that way, whenever you're done with your roof wash, your house wash, you can just check all the windows. If you see some blemishes, you just clean them up real quick. Another thing is when I used to use surfactant in my house wash mixes, for anybody who doesn't know what surfactant is, it's basically soap. I used to clean the property, and then I would get calls back, people saying that the windows were spotting up. Well, it's because I wasn't doing a good enough job rinsing the surfactant. I was probably using too much, and now we don't even use surfactant at all in our house washes. But basically, if I would have just kept some window cleaner and some paper towels on the truck, I could have easily taken care of those things. But I would get a call back. I'd have to drive back out to the property. I'd have to clean the windows, apologize to the customer, made me look bad, and it just wasn't a good look. So now I keep window cleaner as well as paper towels on the truck, so we can always make sure that those windows look good before we leave. Number 7, safety cones to put around your vehicle while you're working. And you might be thinking, Justin, this is kind of a silly one, right? Like, I don't need safety cones. It does a couple things. First and foremost, it'll provide you with some extra space from cars that are coming by, as well as it just looks professional, okay? And towards the latter end of this list, I'm going to tell you guys a couple different ways that you can actually get more customers with some of these things. But basically, it's just another thing that says, hey, look over here, there's work going on, and we know what we're doing, so ask us for a quote. So A, gives you protection from cars if you're walking around. Also, it just kind of creates more of like a, hey, look at me kind of thing. Number 8, business cards, okay? People are going to stop you, if you're doing a good job, if you have a big rig, if, you're out there in your uniforms and things of that nature, people are going to stop and they're going to ask for a quote on their property. They're going to say, hey, we were thinking about getting some washing done. Do you guys have a business card for me? Inevitably, if you're somebody that does a lot of work, this is going to happen. And when it does, you want to be prepared. Sometimes I like the excuse of not having a card. Hey, actually, we don't have any cards, but I could definitely stop by your house and give you a quote before I leave. That's another way to go, but it's also good to just have something on the truck. I have cards, I have flyers, I have all that kind of stuff. So that way, in the event that inevitably somebody stops by, I have something to give them. We actually turned one Facebook client into 4 other jobs in a subdivision. So, I paid for a lead. I think maybe the lead probably cost me like $40, right? So $40, we did the job, and then I ended up getting a bunch more jobs in that neighborhood. First and foremost, because we passed out flyers. Secondly, because people saw us working. Thirdly, because people referred us. And then fourthly, because we put out a yard sign in the last customer's yard, and then somebody else saw that and then wanted to get their driveway cleaned. So you can turn one job into a bunch more if you just know the right things to do. And one of those things is to put out cones and to have business cards. Now, number 9 may be the most important, and that is bags and tape for cameras. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So that's why we do wrap up all the cameras that we see. It also gives the homeowner a little bit of peace of mind that you're taking care of their property. When they see that, you're out there taking the time to bag up all their cameras, they're like, wow, this company really does care. And if they're taking time to bag up cameras, then, they must be spending extra time elsewhere to further that property protection, which we are. That's one thing that we're, always cognizant about, is how can we protect the property as much as possible from any potential damage, and limit our risk of liability, because at the end of the day, the last thing we want is an upset customer or for something to go wrong. I do have a couple bonuses for you guys. One of the ones that kind of furthers property protection is having a phone with you to take pictures of, all of the pre-existing damage at a property. You can do this super easy with Quote IQ. You can use a 28-point inspection. We actually have a whole form built out specifically for pressure washing that has all of the liability points on the property, things like exposed wood, things like cameras, any pre-existing damage. So highly recommend, if you guys want an easier way to keep track of it, get Quote IQ. You can also send PDF links to customers on exactly what was wrong with their property. Another bonus for you guys is yard signs that you can put out after the job is done. You can always leave them out there for maybe 24 hours or whatever the case may be, or just yard signs to put at the front of neighborhoods before you leave. You can put them in cul-de-sacs before you leave, like all that kind of good stuff. Just having yard signs is a good way to further take advantage of the neighborhood. And then lastly, having flyers so that way you can do 5 rounds after the job. Go and put, flyers on every single mailbox in the neighborhood after you do a job. I've had jobs where I got one job in the neighborhood, passed out flyers, got another job, got in the Facebook group, got 3, 4, 5 more jobs after that. So just your ability to get into a neighborhood and then leverage all the other things in that neighborhood for more jobs is going to be a great way to go in order to make as much money as possible. So if I missed any crucial pieces of equipment that are not that obvious, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. If you comment the word equipment, I will hashtag your real one. But my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and until next time, hustle hard, get that money, baby. Peace.